Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you've never been here before. I don't know why I assume you've been around before. Maybe you're new. Hello, welcome, I'm Nicole. Today I want to sit down and do like a favorites type of video, but I don't necessarily want to call it favorites because some of these things are like really just brand new to me and I just know that I like them because I've used them once or twice, so they can't really like qualify as a favorite just yet, but I know that I dig them. So I think what I'm going to call this is shit that I dig. I have some makeup stuff, I have some skincare stuff, and I have like a couple of like just one or two random, really random ass things that I thought you guys might like. I'm going to throw those in there as well. Because, you know, makeup's awesome, skincare's awesome, but there are other things in this world besides that too, and I like them and you should know. So anyway, let's dive right into it. I'm going to start with makeup stuff and let us talk about the shit that I dig right now. The first thing is something brand new that I am really impressed with. These are two of the new Makeup Geek foiled lip glosses. I am not usually huge on lip glosses. And by not usually huge on them, I mean I almost never fucking wear them ever. Lately, I don't know, I've been kind of crossing over to the glossy side. I'm not sure if I'm going to become a regular lip gloss wearer, but between these and the Bite Beauty lip cream ones, which I am waiting on a couple of new colors to come in on those, so I'll be posting probably a swatch video of those soon. Maybe on Instagram, I will let you guys know. But between these and those, like I actually really like these metallic glosses with interesting colors that are happening. I am wearing the color Headliner on my lips right now. It's kind of a bronze shade. This reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever seen on Instagram, there are those videos of the lip composites or hybrid lip colors that people have in the little pots that you mix together, and like people mix their own color. People are always mixing them together on a palette and then they like pull them apart and it's like gooey whatever. I've tried those and I was not crazy about the formula in that I felt like it was very patchy, but I like the way they feel because they're like a gloss that feels like a balm on your lips, if that makes sense. These are like everything I wished that those were, in that they are like a balm type of a gloss. Like they don't feel sticky, they feel very slick. It feels like I have a thick lip balm on, but it gives me full coverage metallic color. And it also, I've had this on for a while today, like I haven't eaten or anything, but I've just been like chilling with it on, and it's wearing pretty well for a gloss. So I got the color Headliner, which is bronze, that's what's on my lips right now. I got the color Vinyl, which is more of like a pewter metallic color. I'm going to try to make a little swatch video of these two, so you guys should see that pretty soon. But so far, I'm really impressed with these. They are making me want to buy more glosses. I don't know if Makeup Geek makes regular glosses, but if they do, and their formula is like this, I will buy a bunch because I feel like they could be lovely in the summer. If they feel like this and they don't feel sticky on my lips, I'm into it. The next item on the list is another lip product. It is one of the new shades that Anastasia Beverly Hills just released recently. This is the color Dazed. I actually bought Dazed, Current, and Requiem, and I did a short swatch video of those over on Instagram. At the time, I was pretty impressed with Requiem because it's a very deep green, blackened, teal, metallic shade, and it's like completely opaque and it wears beautifully, and I really like that color. However, I did not anticipate how much I would like this color Dazed. This color is like the perfect midway point between a brown and a red. It's very neutral, but it still gives the effect of like a red color. It comes off very vintage looking, I find. I also noticed that for some reason, and I noticed this with certain colors, and I'm not exactly sure what the criteria for this to happen is, but this is one of those colors, when I put it on, I feel like it makes my lips look bigger. It has no plumpers in it, it's just the regular formula, and it's just like a red-brown, but for some reason, it makes my lips look more full when I wear it. So, I mean, who doesn't like that, you know? People are looking for fuller lips all the damn time. So I'm a big fan of this color. I have been wearing it like on a day-to-day basis, like really often, so with all of the lip gold lipsticks that I have in rotation, the fact that I've been going for this over and over again really says something about how much I like the color. Next makeup item that I've really been in love with lately are these NYX Away We Glow liquid highlighters. I have two of the colors. Both of them are like the more pinky toned colors. They are State of Flux, which is kind of like a pinky lavender, and Liquid Prism, which is like a white with a pink shift. Personally, I've said this in a recent video, actually I think it was the video that I used these in, but I really love liquid highlighters, especially ones that dry down and then wear very well so you don't have to set them with a powder. I find that it gives a much more healthy, glowy, wet, dewy look to the skin than a traditional powder highlighter. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love traditional powder highlighters. I wear them all the time, but I am really, really drawn to liquid highlight colors lately. I am wearing State of Flux on my cheeks today, so as you can see, like, it's lavender-ish, but it's not like bam in your face, like a prismatic color. It just kind of has like that undertone to it, so it's very easy to wear. These are $7.99, which is like super duper affordable. NYX things are always affordable, which is awesome, but they perform really, really well. It's interesting because it kind of looks like a lip gloss tube, and you apply it with the doe foot and then you dab it on, as opposed to a lot of other liquid highlights. The Cover FX one come in like a little dropper bottle, and there are ones that come in like almost like a cushion foundation type of thing, but for a highlighter I have a Elizabeth Arden one that's like that I've been testing out recently. This is actually my favorite way to apply them so far. I like that it's very convenient and it's not messy. I don't have to get it all over the back of my hand. I could just dab it on and then blend it in with a sponge. So I really love these. They come in a really big range of different colors that are really good for different skin tones. I just picked these up because I know that I personally always like the way that I look in like a pinky tone light highlight, but the bronze ones are beautiful. The yellowy ones are really pretty too. I swatched them all on the back of my hand when I was at Ulta, and they're all really, really nice. So if you are looking for a liquid highlight that's on the affordable side, I definitely think that you should check these out. Speaking of things that I found at Ulta, I was in Ulta yesterday and I found that they now offer a gigantic version of the Real Techniques sponge. This is how big it is. It's as big as half of my face. This is the original sponge, and granted, this one is wet and this one is not. So this one is a little bit bigger than it appears here. Normally they're both filthy, sorry about that, but I've been using them. But I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this because it is so big, but let me tell you, I put my foundation on with this today and it literally blended into my skin in seconds. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I don't know if it would be good on its own because I did use a smaller sponge for underneath my eyes when I was putting my concealer on, because the tip of this, while it is still pointed, is not like as small, but I don't know, I feel like you could kind of really get in under there if you wanted to. I'm going to experiment with it and let you guys know what I think, but to be honest with you, so far, I used this to like carve out underneath my contour when I was doing my contour and my highlight earlier, and it was like 2 seconds, powder on, perfect line. It was really, really good. I'm very impressed with it. It's exactly the same texture and exactly the same shape as the original Real Techniques sponge, except it's huge. So I'm going to keep using this and keep testing out and like see if I like it for a whole lot of different uses, but as far as like in general, I think it's awesome. And you could also use it for body makeup, which with summer coming up, I know like not everybody wears body makeup, but if you want to apply a little bit of highlight to like the high points of your shoulders and your legs and shit, I can see this coming in very handy. But yeah, so far I dig. Next, we have a couple of skincare things. The first thing, I actually spoke about this in the last favorites video that I did, which I think was probably around January, because it was like a yearly favorites. I did like a whole roundup of shit that I liked from the year. And at the time, this was super duper sold out and I couldn't find it anywhere. It's now back in stock, and now I can tell you guys about it so that you could get it too, because I didn't want to tell you how awesome it was and then it was not available. That would have been just rude. This is the Too Cool for School Egg Mellow Body Butter. I spoke about this when I talked about how much I love the Egg Mellow masks, the sheet masks, which I still love. I actually bought a 5-pack of them and it was a much better deal, and I'm so excited that I have it. I had gotten a small size of this, completely fell in love with it, and then it was sold out for like forever. So it's back in stock now. This body butter is like, it smells fantastic. I mean, smell is really subjective, so don't hold me to that if you hate the way this smells, but I don't know, it's very fresh. It has like a little bit of citrus and a little bit of like powderiness to it, but it's not super overwhelming in any way. But what I really like about it is I feel like it really moisturizes me, but then it just sinks into the skin and disappears right away. So I can put this on my legs when I come out of the shower, and I don't feel like if I put skinny jeans on that I have to break into a sweat to try to get them up. Do you know that situation? Have you been there? It's like, I swear to God, and I know this is terrible and I should moisturize all the time, but a lot of times if I know I'm wearing jeans, I will skip putting moisturizer on my legs because I just don't want to fight with them, you know? This, I don't feel like that happens quite as much. Like there's a little ticky tackiness there, but for the most part, like 90% better. It absorbs in really quickly. I actually also noticed that if I put it on like really dry spots, like my elbows, it softens them up. Within like an hour, they feel completely soft. I do still use my Dream Cream a lot. Like if I take a shower at night, I come out and I put the Dream Cream on because that does help me fend off the eczema that I get on my legs sometimes. And I'm not sure if this would do it on its own because I've never really tested that out. And like, to be honest with you, I don't want to find out that it doesn't work, you know? But yeah, if I take a shower and I have to put clothes on, I just slather this all over, you know, all the bits and the pieces and the parts. It's awesome. It smells great. It's very moisturizing and it just disappears into the skin and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing. And also the packaging's pretty cute. Like anything with good typography, like you got me. The next skincare item I want to talk about are these nip+fab glycolic daily cleansing pads. I actually was sent these a few months ago by nip+fab. I went through the entire package, fell in love with them, and then went back to Ulta and stocked up on 2 more because that's how much I like them. These say glycolic, but they're actually a mix of several different types of acid. They have glycolic and hyaluronic acid, and they also have blue daisy to soothe the skin. I don't know what that does, but I use these every morning. So I'll wake up in the morning and I just kind of splash my face with cold water to refresh myself, and then I wipe down my whole face with these. I also use other like DHA, AHA products as well, so it's not just this by itself, but adding these in to all of the other types of acids that I've been using on my face over the last few months is like really taking my skin to a place where I can't believe how clear it is, and I never thought I would get there. Like I always had texture underneath my skin on like my jawline and around my chin. But a few months ago I started using Pixi Glow Tonic as well as Good Genes from Sunday Riley, and those made a huge difference. And then when I added these in with those, it was like amazing. So I also use these on my body. So like if I have any spots where I tend to break out on my body, I wipe down my body with these. The kicker is they are super duper affordable. These are $9.99 to $12.99 for, what is this, 30 pads? 60 pads, wow, okay, even better than I thought. 60 pads are between $12.99 and $9.99 depending on where you buy them. And the last time I was at Ulta, they were having a sale. So everything from nip+fab was buy one, get one 40% off. So I bought 2 of them, 120 pads. That's 120 days of using these for like under $15. That's pretty awesome. They also feel really nice when you use them, which I know doesn't necessarily have an effect on the effectiveness of them, but it makes it more nice to use them. They make my skin feel very plump and moisturized after I use it. It doesn't feel stripped, doesn't feel harsh. It feels really gentle and moisturizing, and also they smell really fresh, so it's nice first thing in the morning to kind of just like wipe your face down and feel like refreshed and ready to start your day. Keeping with the whole skincare theme, one of my favorite masks that I've been using recently, this is the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mud Mask. I saw somebody recommend this. It was either Caroline Hirons or Stephanie Nicole. I don't remember exactly who it was, but I know it's somebody who takes their skincare very seriously because I was like, if they use it, then I know that it's going to be good. And it is. I really love mud masks for the way that they clear your pores. But at the same time, I don't always want to use a mud mask that's going to like really suck all of the oils out of my skin, because sometimes that's not what my skin needs. Sometimes my skin needs like a tiny touch of that, but it also needs to be soothed and nourished and moisturized and all of those things. And I find that this mask is a really, really good halfway between with those. And I just find that after I use it, like my pores do look nice and clean. Clean, maybe not as clean as if I were to use a very intense mud mask, but on top of that, I also have like a nice glow, a nice plumpness, I'm nice and smooth, and I feel like things are very soothed. If I have any blemishes or whatever, it kind of helps bring down the redness. It has a lot of aloe in it, which is very good for like soothing redness, things like that. So you can get this at Target, and I think you can also buy it online. It's not the cheapest thing as far as drugstore is concerned, but I think it's like $16 or $17.99, which in the grand scheme of things is not super expensive as far as masks are concerned. It's kind of middle of the road. And for those days where I do feel like I need an intense mud mask to suck every last little piece of shit out of my skin, for those days I have been using the Muddy Body Detox Clay Mask. This is one of those masks that starts as a powder and then you mix a liquid into it to make it into a mask consistency. So you could use just water, you could even use something like a little bit more intense like apple cider vinegar if that's your steez. A lot of times I like to mix mine with coconut water or the coconut water with aloe that they have at Trader Joe's. That one's great for this mask. Sometimes I will use this mask on my whole face, but sometimes I just use this mask like on the areas where I need to clear out my pores, because it's one of those masks where you put it on and it's like when it dries you can literally see all the places where it drew oil out of each individual pore, and it looks really fucking gross. But afterward you can see, like on me personally, my nose is where I see it the most. But if I haven't done a mask to treat my pores and clean them out in quite a while, or like a beauty strip or whatever, when I look at my nose I can see that each little individual pore has gunk inside of it. After I use this mask, if I put it on those areas, every pore looks empty. Like you can, it looks just like a skin colored little dent. I use it on the whole face. It's not super harsh, but if I don't feel like my whole face needs it, I use it a little more sparingly. I just put it on my nose and my chin and like around my jaw where I get the most clogged pores. And I sometimes put like another mask in between, like a mask cocktail sort of a situation. But generally speaking, if I feel like my pores need the gunk sucked on out of them, this is what I go to. Also, I do have a Muddy Body discount code, so if you are interested, I will list that below as well. The last two items on my list are not beauty related, so if you're not interested, go ahead and click away, that's fine. However, I wanted to mention them because, like, I don't know, my favorite thing in the world is like putting you guys onto good shit. So the first non-beauty related thing that I'd like to talk about is a book. I actually got this book in audio form because I did not have time in the last couple of weeks to sit down and read a book, but I really wanted to like absorb the information somehow. I feel like I absorb information much better when I actually read it, but if it's like between not reading it at all or listening to it and maybe not absorbing it as well, I'm just gonna go with the audiobook version. The audiobook that I listened to this week is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And if you do not like the word fuck, first of all, what are you doing watching this channel? Second of all, this is not the book for you. It's used tastefully, but it's used a lot. For me personally, I like when one of these books that's like telling you about life speaks to you like a normal person would speak to you, because I can relate to that much better and it feels more honest. But essentially, this book is about why you shouldn't give a fuck about the wrong things in life, and you should focus all your fucks on all the important things, and to find what inside you, according to your morals, that you should be putting all your fucks towards. I think a lot of people in their mid-20s and early 30s have like a lot of these questions in their head about like why they do the things they do in life, why they're building the careers that they're building, why they're with the person they're with, why they have the relationships they have in life, like why their situation is what it is. And there are a lot of really helpful like self-help type books out there, but like personally, I have a hard time relating to a lot of them because I don't really like being spoken to in that very like soft, hippy dippy kind of a way. I personally prefer things to be very straightforward. So this book really hits all those marks for me. I found it to be very relatable, and I also found it to have a lot of really good points that helped me kind of put things a little bit better in perspective in my head, that I can kind of harken back to when I'm having a moment of what am I doing with myself, and think about like what was said in the book and kind of feel a little bit better. I don't have any affiliation with iTunes or Audible or anything like that I can give you guys a code, but I will try to link below where you can find it on iTunes, on iBooks, and maybe the actual paper book on Amazon if you guys are interested in reading, if you guys are into that kind of a thing. And the last item on my list, this is so random, but I have a hard time finding really good slippers. Slippers have to meet a certain criteria for me. They need to be soft enough that I don't feel them. They cannot have any seams on the inside, because I have this like neurotic thing where if something is a seam touching my toe, I lose my fucking mind. I've been this way since I was a child. I used to drive my parents crazy because my socks were touching my toes the wrong way. I've been like this forever, so foot comfort is very important to me. A lot of times I'll even, if I don't have slippers that I like around, I will just walk around the house barefoot, and then that's even worse because then my feet get all dirty. It's another criteria that the slippers have to meet is that they have to be non-slip so I don't kill myself on the wood floors and the stairs in my home, but They can't have a hard bottom, because if I have to take them off and on every time I want to put my feet up on the couch, then I'm not going to put them back on. And it's not like I refuse, I just don't do it. And I know that I'm not going to do it, so I just need slippers that do both. That's what I need. Okay? Non-negotiable. So a couple of months ago, I stumbled upon this brand of slippers on Amazon, because a lot of times at night I just like to sit on Amazon and just like scroll through things and look, and I just buy random shit, because like who doesn't do that, I guess. But I found this brand of slippers called Snoozies. I just ordered a new pair the other night. This is the new pair, because I was wearing the ones that I have, and I started to notice that they are starting to like kind of, you know, they're not deteriorating, they're still in good shape, but I'm like, oh, eventually these are gonna fall apart, and then what am I gonna do? What if they stop making these? What if they don't make this design anymore? What am I gonna do? Because these are the perfect slipper. They meet all of the criteria. They're soft on the inside and completely seamless. Ooh, the tag just fell off them. There's no seam in the front by the toes. It's completely smooth in there, so nothing's gonna be bothering my toes. And the bottoms are non-slip, but they're like squishy and sock-like, so I don't have to take them off if I'm gonna put my feet up on the couch. Basically, these are essentially the perfect slipper, and the great news is they're not like those crazy fucking UGG slippers that people pay $100 for. They're $12.99. I could not be happier about this. I have the other pair that I've been wearing for the last few months on my feet right now. Here are my gray ones that I love. They have the gray inside too, and now I have this pair on deck for when those stop filling my needs. And that's all the shit that I'm digging at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a video. I like talking to you guys about things that I like, because I like when people tell me what they like, and then it's a good recommendation, and then like it improves my day, and I want to improve your day. You know what would improve my day? If it wasn't so goddamn humid out and my hair actually stayed the way I styled it, but that is neither here nor there. That's all for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you like this kind of video. I will be back in a couple of days with another tutorial. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe so you can see more videos as well. Go ahead and follow me on social media. I'm at Ms. QuinnFace on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I will list that on the screen and also down below in the description box. Go over there, follow me. I post makeup looks all the time. We can chat on Twitter. I'm an idiot on Snapchat, and I do goofy shit all the time. That is all for now. I'll see you in the next one.